Selamat siang, selamat datang, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Expats in Indonesia. So this week has been busy. We went shopping for all of our items that we needed to buy to finish off our apartment. Got those delivered, put together, installed, all that stuff. The only thing we're missing is a vanity and a door for our closet, which are being custom built. So that's to be expected to wait. Not a big deal. What I thought would be fun for you is to go along to one of the shopping places we go. It's about 15 minutes away from here in a town called Majenang. It's called Cardinal. That's where we go when we need a lot of stuff, because it's a little bit bigger than the other grocery store that we go to called Jogja down the street from Cardinal. But I thought take you guys along, show you some prices, some things, and then give you a final recap after we're done shopping to let you know what we spent. So hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you later. Here's where we're going. It's called Cardinal. We mainly go here for a grocery store, but again, I'll say this multiple times probably. This is like Indonesian's version of Walmart, except for the very top floor, which I'll show you later. And right now the boss is next door in the apotek getting some flu and cold medicine for Mas Haas, who doesn't feel very well. But I'm gonna go play Frogger a minute and get across the street. So you never imagine, this is the back of the store. You can see down there is Chase parked, but this is the grocery store, one of two grocery stores that we go to. But you never really be able to imagine this is a grocery store, because it's not just a grocery store. It's Walmart of Indonesia called Cardinal. I honestly don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me on this, but at the top of one of our grocery stores in Majenang, there is this kids place that is just rocking on this Saturday, and we brought our niece and grandniece to come up here so she can come and play these games, and then we'll go down and do some grocery shopping. That was the only way they could get her to come visit Grandpa and Grandma, was to bribe her that they would bring her here. But we've been to this place several times, and quite honestly had no idea this gigantic thing on the top floor was here. And it's super loud with a lot going on, but it's pretty neat too. And like any good shopping center slash mall, you gotta have your food court. All kinds of different foods. Here at Mag's Burger, you can get spaghetti, pizza, burger, fries, corn dogs, kebabs, potato cheese balls, onion rings. There's all kinds of stuff Americanized in this food court. So we're gonna do a little dance off here between mom and daughter, niece and grandniece, as soon as they get this thing rolling here. It's a family affair.
floor below the amusement park is the grocery store. Again, this is one of two that are about 15 minutes away from the house, and they're larger grocery stores, so that's why we come here. The only downside to this one is they don't accept credit cards. So they do, but they charge the fee like they do in the States. So we usually use, you know, our debit card with the bank accounts or whatever, but it's pretty big. So I'll show you some of the prices here as we go through the store. Some of you are really familiar with my love of a good Coca-Cola product, especially Diet Coke. Unfortunately, they don't have Diet Coke. We've switched to Coke Zero while we're here. But you can see their half-liter bottles are on sale for $10,300. The exchange rate currently is about $16,300 for every dollar. So this bottle is less than $1. The boss likes her Thé Bartol. So I told you the exchange rate is 16 and some change. Thé Bartol's almost 8. So a big container like this is 50 cents. And it's 1,000 milliliters or 33.8 ounces. Bargain. So here's something I found that I do like over here, and it's basically water with a little bit of sugar in it or whatnot, but it's kind of a Gatorade version of a Glacier Gatorade Pocari Sweat, and it's 19,200, so a little bit over $1 for 2 liters of it. So another great deal. For those that aren't aware, Indonesians love their coffee. So this whole side of this aisle is all coffee. There's the boss. So much different coffee. And the majority of them are in like single serve packets when they make it. So, and then this aisle, or this wall, is tea. One of the things they don't use a lot of is regular table napkins like we use in the States. They have what they call these tissues, facial tissues. Basically, there's a Kleenex version over here, but they use those as napkins, or because they eat a lot of their meals with their fingers and not silverware, they just go wash their hands when they're done. But this is a good deal right here. Normally this 2-pack right here, 2-pack of them is $2,400, and they're down to $13,500. So under $1 for basically 400 sheets of this. So you can wipe your hands and blow your nose until your heart's content with that price. Let's talk about laundry detergent. They love their laundry detergent. This whole aisle, the end of this whole aisle, the end caps of these aisles, this whole aisle, just full of variations of laundry detergent. And a lot of them aren't in bottles, they're in bags, but it's still liquid. So when you have a bottle over here, you actually pay more money for the bottle than you would the bags. So I need some deodorant, and I've tried several different kinds, and the best I can do is Axe. And it looks like my Axe is on sale for about $1.50. Yeah. So we're gonna buy a couple of these. This will just give you an idea of the store. Another layer to the store is the toys and sandals and tote bags and glasses and tumblers and stuffed animals and hair supplies. So this store essentially is the Walmart. Oh, don't forget the clocks. The Walmart here with an amusement park or a game center up above. I do miss my Crest toothpaste, but you can get Pepsodent for without a doubt. tons of Pepsodent. And if you look at these prices. $8,200 for the big tube. That's 50 cents for a big tube of this. And if you go to Pepsodent, it's $12.9 for the big tube. So 60-70 cents. The chip aisle. So you can get a bag of potato barbecue chips, more like a small bag in our world, for $4,000. Or you can get yourself Cheetos, and funny, Cheetos don't have a price. So for the Cheetos, because they didn't have a price on them, you just walk over to a scanner in the store somewhere, and it doesn't work. Oh, there you go. 10,750. So still less than $1 for a decent sized bag. Man, they really like their chips and snacks, because this whole wall is full of them. And then this whole thing is full of them here. I think I saw, oh yeah, back here. Something that looked like Pringles, Mr. Potato. Not quite Pringles, but just a little bit more than $1 for the full-size can up here. The other grocery store we go to has Pringles, and it's a lot smaller than this store. So this aisle right here is trouble for me. Oh yeah, for those that have said, you know, it looks like I've lost some weight, I appreciate it. I have lost a little bit, but not as much as you think I've lost. And part of the reason is this aisle right here. All these cookies. And then these Oreos right here. So less than 50 cents for a 12-pack of Oreos. And one of the flavors, if they have it, I'll show it to you right here. Oh, these are trouble for Tim right here. Yes, red velvet Oreos. And those are 8,400, so that's 50 cents for 12 Oreos in the pack. And then the other side of the aisle is more cookies and crackers and stuff. So they like their chips, they like their cookies and crackers. Alright, since I took you into my Oreo aisle, I have to take you into the chocolate candy, different flavored candies, and introduce you to Silver Queen. They're whoever makes this, I don't even know, I didn't even look. But Hershey's competition is here in Silver Queen, and it's pretty good stuff. And they have like a yogurt bar, fruit and nut bar, so they've got some varieties, small, big, and then the big chunky ones. And then the other one is the dairy milk, the purple ones here, the dairy milk versions. Those are pretty popular too. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, you know how we refrigerate everything, it seems like. So here's some Kraft cheddar singles in an aisle for $13,000 not refrigerated, or a cheddar block for $5,000 not refrigerated. So, you know, those preservatives and additives and all that other stuff don't do well in the fridge, without the fridge. So over in this section, straight ahead of me, is the kuku that you fry up and eat, that I've eaten and shown you with Berber I Am and stuff like that. You buy that by the weight. And then the aisles behind it are all seasonings. Eggs. Probably have to buy some of those. So I'll show you how cheap those are over here, and that'll make some of you guys rather mad. But fruits, veggies, refrigerated section, bulk food items. They like their sauces here. So this whole aisle, ketchup mayonnaise, ABC sauce, spicy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, hot sauce, all the different kinds of sauces you can imagine. And then if you go over another aisle, you've got, oh, look at the different noodles. 2 full aisles of variations of noodles that you can do. Wow. I wonder if everybody's avoiding me when they see me walking with the camera, because there's nobody in this aisle, and you've seen this video so far. There's people in every aisle. It's busy in here. This is another interesting area in the frozen food, is bulk frozen food items like french fries and meatballs and imitation crab. But instead of having to buy a whole pack, you can buy it in bulk. Chicken nuggets, variations of french fries, probably some chicken sausage there. But just a different way of getting your food if you don't want to buy a whole bag, which is good for a single person. And sometimes, you know, you don't have a whole lot of room in a refrigerator, so you can buy this and not take up a whole lot of room compared to, say, a bag over here that you might buy. So we just bought a dozen eggs, brown eggs. If you like white eggs, don't come over here because you won't get any white eggs. You buy brown eggs here. But anyways, a dozen medium-sized eggs. It's going to be about $1.50. So here's our cart. To give you an idea. Everything I've shown you except for a few things Horsey threw in here and there. These things are like 25, 50 cents, somewhere in that area. But we're going to give you a grand total. Well, I forgot to show you all the kitten food we bought for the three kids too.
This is so fancy, the expensive stuff.
I didn't even take a video of the bottom floor for you guys because we didn't need anything from there. But they have anything from furniture to kitchenware, dishes you can see, artificial flower arrangements like a craft store like a Michael's or something like that, sofas, beds, wardrobe cabinets, all kinds of stuff. We're back home now, unpacking the groceries, and there was a few extra things that the boss threw in here that I wanted to show you guys. So each one of these single serving spaghetti packets is 18 cents a piece, and then each box of fettuccine pasta is 50 cents. And you can see the box is very comparable to what you buy a box in the US size wise. But we like these because you could have 4 different varieties with 4 different people and have 2 packages a piece if you wanted, and still be less than $1 for a pasta dinner for everybody. All right, there you have it, a fun shopping trip with the family. Well, actually only a couple family members and the boss. You know, before I retired, I hated shopping. And if I did go shopping, it was go in the store, go to the aisle, get whatever's needed, and get out. I didn't peruse the aisles. Now that I'm retired, I don't mind walking up and down the aisles and having enough restraint to not throw things in the cart as we go along. So I'll just give you a recap here. all in, it was 774,240 rupiah, which is $47.11. Now, if you take out our supply of kitten food, wet kitten food that we bought, it brings the bill down to $512,240 rupiahs, which is $31.17 for all the stuff I've showed you. Plus, there was some laundry detergent added in here that they're single-use packets, and they're 2,500 rupiah per use, or per single use. So that's what is that? Less than 18 cents per use. But anyways, that just gives you an idea of the price difference and variances that go on over here, and the cost of living stuff. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your family. If you don't enjoy the video and want to see something different, don't be afraid to make a comment or let us know, so we can change things. We're still working on these things on a daily basis. I do like the little mics we bought. They really make a difference in the sound quality, because the first couple of videos you couldn't even hear me. But anyways, do me a favor, be nice to one another, and be safe out there.